Hi there, this is Patrick Fannon, president of Evil Beagle Games. I'm also the brand manager for the Savage Rift line for Pinnacle Entertainment. I also do Sean's Pick of the Day. That's a website I have called seanspickoftheday.com, and I am trying something new with my roundup of my picks of the day called Sean's Picks of the Week, which I'll be posting up on YouTube. I'm just trying a new way to get the information out. So in case you didn't know, every day, Monday through Friday, I pick a product and I basically give you a little bit of information about it and a little bit of the sales text on the drivethrurpg.com site. And just a way to kind of show off products that I've come across and get the word out, because I've got a few people who apparently pay attention. I just want to try to help out my fellow publishers, so well, occasionally showing off some stuff that we do as well. If you want to check out the site, seanspickoftheday.com, that'd be great. If you are a publisher or you're just a fan of something that you really think should be taken a look at, feel free to drop me a line at spf@evilbeaglegames.com. That's Sierra Papa Foxtrot, spf@evilbeaglegames.com. And hey, come check out the site, evilbeaglegames.com, as a matter of fact. You may have noticed, if you've been following along, that I do theme weeks, and this week's theme was Pulptastic Week, and it was inspired by the release of On the Air, a product from Spectrum Games by Cynthia Celeste Miller, Barack Blackburn, the lead writer and designer on this. Spectrum has a reputation for doing products that really go in and mechanically represent the genre and the style of the specific thing they want to treat. So let's just dive in for the pick that came on Monday on the air, with my friend Scott Crossan planning to relaunch his beloved Pulp era Savage Worlds campaign, and my friends Cynthia Celeste Miller and Barack Blackburn bringing On the Air to life recently. Seems like a great time to have a Pulptastic week. As with so many other Spectrum titles, this game is designed specifically to reflect both the genre of the 30s and 40s pulp adventures and the specific nature of those adventures and presented as radio plays, including making sure you get that sponsor mention in. Now, I also tend to, on my picks, use a little bit of the sales text from the page. I want to be clear about this, by the way. Yes, in fact, I do use affiliate links with the links in my picks, so that if you go to the site and make a purchase, I get some money for that. So I want to be very open and honest about that. This is a way to, for example, get some kibble in my dog's food. So Raya would appreciate if you, in fact, were to follow along and maybe make a purchase or three. So thanks a lot for that. So a little bit of the sales text is: the spirit of the old-time radio lives again with On the Air, the storytelling RPG that faithfully emulates the action, excitement, and mystery found in the radio programs of the 1930s and 40s. Construct a series, create a sponsor, whip up characters, and you're ready to play. Once the series is created, very little prep time is required to play the game, thanks to the narrative structure of the intention system. There's a lot more there for you to read and check out, but if you get to the site, take a look, click. By the way, all the links will be below in the comments below. So when we get done with this, just take a look at the links and click away. So let's go ahead and check out Tuesday's pick. By the way, you'll note that you're just seeing the page and not me. I, at some point, hope to figure out how to do the split screen thing. I'm hopefully going to get some tech help on that. But for the time being, I want to make sure I'm showing off the cool covers and the products. Tuesday's pick was TORG Eternity. This one is a fantastic recreation of a game that was very popular back in the 90s. One of two big, epic, everything mixed in multi-genre settings. The other, of course, being Rifts, which I had a chance to work on the Savage version of that. But this is what my good friend Ross Watson was a part of, along with Shane Hensley and all my friends over at Ulysses Spiel and Ulysses North America. So let's dive in. Just started a new campaign as a player in this run again. Once again, Scott Crossan. Hey, get 2 mentions this week, Scott. Featuring fellow player and contributing creator Ross Watson. Scott started us with the Day 1 events in the Nile Empire, which is one of the great examples of pulp adventure in all of gaming. Frankly, all of TORG Eternity offers some flavor of pulp for those who want to carry it through the cosmos, making it a great pick for Pulptastic Week. They're right now running a Kickstarter, by the way, for the Living Lands, which Ross Watson had a lot to do with. I personally can't wait to see what the Nile Empire one looks like. So let's do a little bit of the sales text. The invasion of Earth told in previous tales of TORG took place on one version of our world. The High Lords there were successful for many years, but were eventually stopped by the planet's valiant Storm Knights. But there are infinite versions of our world. This is the tale of a different Earth, one where things did not go as well. So check that out, folks. The next Wednesday's pick, was Thrilling Tales 2nd Edition. Gareth Skarka's love of the classic pulps combined very handily with the core pulp nature of Savage Worlds, thus bringing about the Thrilling Tales line. With loving detail of the genre and the era, the line provides tons of great material for anyone wanting to run during the 20s through 40s era, or wants to delve in the classic sources of what we call pulp. That makes it a great choice for Pulptastic Week. Now, I want to point out real quick that in the text there, as a matter of fact, if you're paying attention to the screen, you'll see on the mouse it says pulp. I do hyperlink frequently to information sources external, so that's a great article that you can click on and go check out, just where the term pulp comes from and how to define the pulp genre. And of course, some of the sales text. Pulp is back! Grab your fedora and your ivory-handled 45s and get ready for the adventure of a lifetime as Thrilling Tales unleashes the pulse-pounding excitement of the pulp magazines and cliffhanger serials of the 1930s and 40s into the Savage Worlds rule system. The next pick, that was Thursday's pick, how can we talk about pulp and not mention Robert E. Howard's great creation? In fact, as I said in the thing, it's kind of impossible to say the word pulp and not talk about Conan, making Conan Adventures in an Age Undreamed of the next logical choice for Pulptastic Week. Many are hailing this as one of the best iterations of both the property. Modiphius certainly seems to have the licensing game worked out like a guru, and sword and sorcery gaming. So it's well worth your time and money to check it out. I'm going to actually skip all the crazy text and just go right to a couple of great review quotes from some very reputable sources. From RPG Knight's Review, it says, I do love this game. It has an ability to make a cohesive group of players out of any group, herd of cats, in my opinion. The feel of this game is brilliant. The system is smooth, the book is beautiful, and the subject is compelling. I like this game so much that I am even considering purchasing the Conan official D20s and D6s. I use poker chips of different colors for tokens, but I want everything in hard copy and official. In my opinion, this is probably the best fantasy-ish RPG on the market today. And then from Polygon Review, we get, if you really want the freedom to explore Howard's world on your own, you should pick up Modiphius' Conan, Adventures in an Age Undreamed of. It is a true labor of love, filled with quotes from Conan stories and explanations of how the mechanics are meant to embody the spirit of Howard's world. Those are pretty high praise words, and I've got a lot of good friends who worked on this, Mark Carroll being one of them, and really, this is just getting a lot of attention. Matter of fact, I got a lot of comments specifically from picking this on Thursday of people just praising the heck out of it. So it's a top one for you to take a look at. And once again, if we're going to talk about pulp, it's almost impossible to not mention Flash Gordon, the most famous science fantasy version of pulp, or iteration of pulp that there was. We round up Pulptastic Week with another great Savage Worlds pick, the most recent release from Pinnacle Entertainment, featuring one of the most iconic space fantasy pulp properties ever published, The Savage World of Flash Gordon. Scott Woodward did an amazing job of taking all that luscious and evocative material and turning it into one of the most advanced and exciting Savage game experiences ever published. And Shane Hensley getting Flash himself, Sam Jones, to do the forward was no small feat either. So let's dive into a little bit of that. He'll save every one of us. On the rogue planet of Mongo, a brutal and sadistic tyrant named Ming the Merciless rules from his royal palace at the heart of Mingo City. The Flash Gordon role-playing game rulebook contains updates to the Savage Worlds core rules system, new rules for powers, races, edges, and hindrances, gear, rocket ships, and some of the most unique setting rules we've ever designed. It also includes a gazetteer of the fantastic world of Mongo, a plot point campaign, savage tales, and a host of heroes, villains, and horrific beasts for the Game Master's eyes only. So, important point here, folks, especially if you're a Savage Worlds fan. Flash Gordon is a major preview of what has been referred to as Savage Worlds Black. That is the next iteration of this very popular and beloved game system. In fact, I used Flash Gordon as a major information source for a lot of the work I did on the Freedom Squadron RPG that Evil Beagle Games is publishing. We just finished our Kickstarter for that. So this is a valuable property to get a hold of because of how awesome it is and the setting and how important the setting is, but also for Savage Worlds fans worldwide, just to get a chance to take a look at some of the new rules regarding how games going to be played in the next iteration. This is a great book to get a hold of. So there you go, folks. Those are the picks of the week. I am going to continue to try this. I'd love to get your feedback, and I'd love it if you'd let me know what you think. Give me your comments below, and give me ideas on how you think to improve it. Like I said, I'm going to work on trying to do a split screen so that I can do the whole, hey, look at me, and I'm talking to you, and then go back to the screen to show you the product. But I appreciate your support. Take a look. Click on some links. Hey, buy some products. Get some great product, and you'll be helping me out. Thanks, and have a great day.